Hey guys, welcome back to Sofa Bed. I'm here with Vince, myself, Leroy, and today we're going to talk about tips for budgeting.
Today we are going to give you some tips on how we budget our finances to also try to stay healthy, but at the same time we hope that it helps you save up money for rainy day, or for example you want to buy something that you really want and you want to save up for it. We're going to be sharing to you our personal method of how we budget every single week, and we have found that right now there is no better time to talk about budgeting and how to minimize your expenses, because currently everywhere right now we're going through some sort of recession or people are jobless. So we want to help you out, and hopefully you can learn something from us.
Keep fit!
Budgeting is telling your money where it goes rather than wondering, or instead of wondering where it went. My girlfriend Lillian.
Denied.
My girlfriend Lily is at the back of the camera and she's going to ask questions, and we are going to answer them for you. Boom!
So guys, tell us a bit about yourselves and your current positions.
You start.
Alright guys, so I've been working in the fitness industry for a few years now. Finished my courses and whatnot. Then I've gone on to do a little bit of different things, done 4 bodybuilding competitions. So budgeting has always been an important factor when juggling my goals, ambitions, and just general lifestyle and everything. So what else?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Vince, you want to tell us about yourself?
I'm a gangster. What? So about myself, I work and I'm also into my fitness, like Leah here. Boom! And I invest in a few different things. I'd like to share to you some of my method of saving money.
So tell us, why do you guys budget? What are your reasons for budgeting?
I budget because basically I was raised in a house where there wasn't a lot of money coming in. It was just, we're living off my mother, providing for 2 kids, put us through private education, and we never really had any money saved up. Aww. So now as an adult, I've come to realize how important it is to budget and just basically have something there for the future.
I believe I can fly.
What was the question here? I budget because I like to have some savings when the rainy day comes, and I also support my family in the Philippines. To all the Filipinos out there, padala ng pera, you know. And not only that, but I like to save as much as I can, because I invest in property and other ventures when I've got the opportunity to. So that allows me, when I have the saving there, then I'm able to move if I need to. I like to have my savings in order to invest when the opportunity comes. So I'm the type of person where when an opportunity knocks on my door, I want to be ready and be able to meet it midway. True. So for me, that's my reason. I've invested in properties, I've invested in businesses. I use my savings to get into the opportunities and start ventures.
So tell me exactly, what are your methods for saving money?
Okay, for me, basically I've got my everyday account, I've got a spending account and a savings account. Now, it's a little bit messy the way I do things, but it works for me. And basically, I list all my expenses for the month. I jot down what exactly costs what, and then I know how much I'm spending, I know how much I'm putting away, and yeah, that's what I've basically done. I mean, everybody's got their own system. That's what's worked for me, and yeah, what about you, bro?
For me, method, we all have access to Excel spreadsheet, right? I mean, if you don't, you could literally go to Gmail now and they have it there free to use. The first thing that I have done is, this was ages ago, this was years and years ago, where I've made a profit and loss equation in Excel spreadsheet, and I literally listed my income minus all my spending so that I can clearly see where my money is going week in, week out. And there are some commitments that are also yearly, so I've divided that into 12 months in order for me to see, okay, this is that cost every month. And then so at the end of that, it will give me the result of what I would have left. And also at the same time, I could see where I can cut back if I need to, or what are the things that I'm spending my money on that isn't actually that important, or it's not essential.
True.
And so by doing that, it allows me to calculate everything, and then I know, okay, this is what I've been spending, or what I'm spending every week or every month, and then this is what's left, and then out of what's left, I can see how much I can put away in my bank not to touch. So every month or every week, I'm putting that same amount of money away every single time. And over time, if you do that for 1, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, then you'll be surprised how much is there. And it becomes a good habit to get into. So that's what that's what I've done, you know, many years ago. And now I don't even have to look at that anymore.
So what areas of your life do you try to save money on in order to live a budget-friendly lifestyle?
Do you want to answer that one first?
I mean, so if we're all going through the same thing, you guys would understand that right now we're, you know, recession, and a lot of people are impacted by COVID-19. And for me, what I've done in order to cut down my expenses would be look up my insurances. What are the insurances that I don't currently need? And so I would cut those back. I looked at my health cover. So with my health cover, things that I don't need at the moment as well right now, if you can pause it and then try and go back to it later on when everything's okay. Petrol. So minimize or limit your driving. If you don't have to, you can avoid going to places and you can just meet via Zoom or meetings online. Then by cutting petrol, you can actually minimize at least, you know, $20-30 a week in your spending. Or you can use public transport. And yeah, try to eat healthy. Remove your junk food. That's probably you'll be surprised how much you'll save if you remove all your junk foods in your diet. It's not healthy for you, and it's not good for your pocket.
True.
What are some tips you have for a single man going grocery shopping for his own diet?
I'd definitely recommend having a shopping list prior to entering the shops, and having all the foods on there that you know are going to serve you well, and if you know how much they cost as well, even better, because if you're on a budget. Stay out of the chips and drinks aisle for soft drinks. Definitely go for the poultry, like meats, lean meats, fruits and veg, and maybe just graze through the frozen aisle. Just grab some frozen veg and fruit and get the hell out of there.
If you stay away from alcoholic drinks and your sweetened drinks and stick to water, you save a lot of money just by doing that. And then you start looking at what you intake daily. If you cut down on your junk food, you focus on your eggs, broccoli, rice. Those three is enough to even fill you up. Then you can add in your tunas, salmon in a can if you have to.
Even the basic herbs and spices goes a long way to make those foods taste really
Yeah,
great.
beans.
Without all the extra calories.
Beans, canned beans, you know. You get a lot of protein from it, you get a lot of carbs from it. You know, your red kidney bean, you've got baked beans, you've got your lentils, your chickpeas, all these natural foods. It's actually not that expensive if you know where to get it.
And
And
that fiber too.
yeah, and that's one thing I want to say is that you actually need to shop around. Go around in, wherever you live. I'm sure there's supermarket that a lot of people would normally go to, but then you also have some hidden markets where Asian groceries. And if you shop around, at least you can remember where are the cheap products, and you can always go back to those to those places once you know where they are. And so, like for example, me, I know where the cheapest eggs are, so I would always go to this certain location to buy my eggs all the time. I don't bother going anywhere else. The bulk buying. So if you have a certain budget, and say you plan for a weekly budget, but then you know your eating plan and you know what you need to purchase in order for you to achieve your goal, then you can actually, instead of doing that a weekly spending, use that monthly, or whether you even, if you have the capacity to even do a financial budget for 3 months, for example, then take that money out and go and bulk buy what you need, instead of, because you save money by buying a lot more than just by weekly consumption.
Yeah, and I mean, there's less chances of error there for you to basically, if you're going weekly, there's more chances you may stuff up your diet, because you're setting yourself up a bit to be in that environment where you can buy things, and maybe buy things unnecessarily, such as junk food. So yeah, I mean, if it's a good approach. I mean, I typically go once a week, once a fortnight. That does it for me. But yeah.
Sometimes if you bulk buy, you just buy a little bit, whatever's missing, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's like
fill the
putting a
gaps.
piece to the puzzle, you know?
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, Vince, you mentioned a healthy diet. What exactly do you eat on a budget but still maintain that healthy lifestyle that you have?
Eggs! Eggs is going to be your best friend from day dot. Boom!
For myself, I like eating foods that are gonna give my body what it needs in terms of nutrients, and so basically I need foods that are gonna be high in protein. It really just depends on how much you portion your food, but you've got stuff like oatmeal. They're incredibly cheap. You can buy a bag of that and that will last you about a week or two. Depends how frequently you're eating it. You can have rice, same thing. If you want something that's got a lot of protein, not a lot of fat, then you got stuff like chicken breast. Vince did say eggs is really good as well. It's high in protein. It's got some essential fats and vitamins in there that's really good for you. And they're all cheap, guys. They're all good for you. They're not overly expensive. They're all affordable. They're all within your means. Just basically make a list of some of the good foods. Go through when you go shopping and just pick out what you think is gonna serve you best in the long run.
I hear you guys are eating a lot of whole foods that are kind of staples to many diets. So break it down for us. What exactly do you spend on groceries each week?
Okay. It's a bit different for myself because a competition bodybuilding diet's $100 a week. That's just for protein, like chicken breast alone to get my intake. Then you got oatmeal, you got brown rice, you got apples, bananas, blueberries, so the list goes on. But if for someone that's like every day, $30 to $50 is enough to get you set for the week. Just include all of those foods. Like I said, chicken breast, eggs, oatmeal, apple, banana, blueberries, the list goes on. There's a lot of amazing foods that you can purchase. It really just depends on your budget.
Vince, what about yourself?
Well, if majority of the food that you eat your girlfriend buys it, then you don't really spend a lot of money.
Sorry, you go for it. Oh,
So the
So find a girlfriend.
the
That's
moral of the story
where
is
does your money go?
so the moral of the story is get a girlfriend or follow Leo's tips.
Or find a sugar mama. Now look,
You're not getting dinner tonight.
Denied.
look, guys. So like I mentioned before, $30, right? I mean, look, you can even probably feed yourself for a week for $20 a week. You know, like I said, eggs, 30 pieces of eggs, $6 to $7 if you know where to get it from. Then you've got your rice, which you can buy, say, 2 to 5 kilos for $5 to $6. So that's already, you know, say $12 to $13. Then you have a few more dollars to buy either broccoli. You can buy tuna cans with it. You can buy, what Leo said, oats. Give or take, I probably would spend on a normal week where I don't have to really shop around too much. I'd probably spend like $30 a week on my groceries. But there will be times where, you know, I would buy like really nice steak for my girlfriend and I'll spend like $50 to $100. Then I would, you know, there will be times that
That is bullshit.
there will be times where I would order from a restaurant, you know, a restaurant made quality food.
Yeah, McDonald's, right?
But look,
When you're buying dinner, bro, I'm hungry.
or you get it from your parents. But look, yeah, so like just what I'm trying to say is just basically just list down what you make, break it down, and then always shop around on where you can find the cheapest products.
What advice would you give to people who love, you know, spending out a lot of money on eating out or takeaway foods?
Don't. Nah, seriously, guys. I mean, eating out is great fun and all, but the amount of money that goes out to eating out and being social, it's ridiculous sometimes. So really, if you need to make cutting back,
Keep it moderate, yeah.
Yeah, keep it moderate. Just know where to spend your money. Sometimes it is a good thing to eat out, but just don't make it an occasional thing. So that way you have more money in your pocket and in your savings, and you can purchase better foods for yourself at the groceries.
Any tips, Vince? I know your girlfriend loves to eat out and often splurges on expensive meals. So what advice would you give to people like her?
You get her to pay. Nah, look. Look, I would probably say if you like, you know, you get a shoe. If you look, if you actually love eating out, or you have a partner that loves eating out, I mean, you don't have to cut that off completely in your lifestyle, but being mindful on how you are spending, you know, most of your lunch or dinner, whether, you know, you buy it from, you know, a restaurant or you make it yourself. But if you know and you have a budget plan of how much you can spend in a week, you can then allocate some savings towards the time where you can actually, you and your partner can actually go and eat out. And at least you know where your money is going, and it's not just, you're not just eating out for the sake of eating out, and then suddenly you look at your bank balance and you go, oh, where's all the money gone now? You know?
100% makes sense.
So now that we know how much you guys spend on your food each week, what are your eating habits like?
So for myself, I enjoy intermittent fasting. Did I say that right? Intermittent fasting.
Yeah, that's right.
So that's where you fast for an amount of time, X amount of time. So that could be 14, 16, 18, 20 hours, whatever. And you have a period of time that you eat within a window, whether that be 4, 6, and 8. And then once you've stopped eating, it repeats itself. Now there's other ways of doing it, but that is the most basic way of doing it. And I just find that really helps. I mean, that helps you with your appetite control. And
Yeah, I do that too.
Yeah.
So whatever Leo said, but also you could select the day in a week or 2 days in a week where you could actually not eat the whole day and just do a liquid diet. Or if it's too hard for you to just do water, you could do a juice cleanse for 2 days. Instead of eating, your heavy food, then you could just do, your vegetables and vegetables and fruits for say 1 day or 2 days. That at least that also helps cleanse your inside.
it's not actually that hard. And if anything, you do save a bit of money as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about fitness? How do you guys stay fit while still maintaining a good budget-friendly lifestyle?
Train at Derrimut. It's cheap
What if
and
they
affordable.
What if they don't have access to a Derrimut gym near them?
Look, guys, if you've got no access to a gym and your concern is just to stay fit, awesome. You've got a park. They've got probably some bars where you can do some pull-ups and chin-ups. You can even do some push-ups. Go for a run and just do some bodyweight exercises. There's so much on YouTube these days. There's so much for you to do, and the best thing is it's all free.
Nowadays, you've got internet, and internet is such a powerful technology that you have access to so many workouts. You can follow my personal channel down below, and I'll have some workout for you that you can do at home, and I'll also be uploading upcoming workouts that I'm working on. But yeah, there's so many things that you can do that is either cardio based, or you could use your body weight in order for you to stay fit and healthy, and it doesn't cost you anything.
And what exact exercises do you recommend people to do at home?
I pulled it in.
Oh God.
Okay, start again.
I definitely recommend looking at doing bodyweight exercises that are compounds. So these are exercises that work more than one muscle group. So you're going to get the most bang for your buck with the least amount of requirement of doing anything really. So that can be from squats, push-ups, some dips off the chair and whatnot. And if you really want to get technical and fancy, then throw in some squat jumps or some lunges with like plyometric switches and whatnot. Yeah, it's a really great exercise to do at home.
So, bringing the topic back onto budgeting, do you have any other tips for people on how to budget but still maintaining an enjoyable lifestyle and indulging in the things that they do like from time to time?
So we're going to go back to having a list of your expenses. As long as you take care of what needs to be taken care of, there should be a little bit of wriggle room for you to enjoy and have a lifestyle outside of fitness and outside of your everyday life, like what you need to spend your money on. So there should be a little bit left, enough for you to still enjoy and have that freedom, so to speak, and go hang out with your friends or your family and have something nice to eat or drink.
Yeah, people would think that when you're budgeting or you want to save up, you need to not have fun and you can't then indulge or enjoy your life. That's completely wrong, and I think is so negative that it just makes people afraid and lazy completely.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to set aside a day, whether it be 1 or 2 times a week. You just go meet up with someone, whether it be a friend or a
You don't have to
loved
spend,
one.
right?
You don't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you feel like you need that little bit of self-indulgence, then take it, because you only got one life to live, and you may as well have some of those moments where you get to live a little, enjoy yourself.
Yeah,
We work hard. That's it.
Yeah, there are healthy habits. So, people think indulgence is just spending so much on alcohol or going out or doing all that stuff, like partying till 9 a.m. in the morning. those are the things that cost money.
Yeah.
So, and they don't actually add value to your life at the end of the day.
You're more likely to spend more money, if anything.
Yeah, exactly.
This is coming from guys who did party till 9 a.m. the next day.
I'm gonna cut that off.
But it's good to be relatable.
Exactly. Good stuff.
Yeah, look, we'll learn from it. And, you know, I mean, I was still able to save so much money and still enjoy myself. But, you know, looking back now, I could probably have saved so much more if I didn't go out and party too much.
If anything, I think it serves as a lesson.
Yeah.
And whether or how much it costed, whatever that lesson costed, that's it. It's done. You've spent your money on it. You move on, look forward, and just focus on the time ahead.
Yeah. And not just
To
that,
save or
I
whatnot.
just want to add, like, when it comes to your fitness as well, doing all these bad habits, it sets your fitness back. So if you work so hard for months and months to get it to a certain level, and then suddenly you want to indulge excessively, then you just wasted some of those time that you've actually spent, you know, working hard, saving up and all that. It just takes you back, a step back. So
Yeah, and I feel you'll get away with it in your younger years, where you're 18 to your 23, 25, but after then,
Catches up.
It catches up, man. It's not the
Catches
same
up.
anymore. I definitely feel it now. Like, it takes me a week, especially if I'm not doing anything gym related, fit related. It just takes a whole lot longer to recover.
And then you actually reflect back and you go, oh man, you waste so much time, you know, doing those things and even just recovering the next day when you could be doing something productive and better for yourself.
Exactly.
Alright guys, thank you for watching and I hope you've learned something from us. If you like this video, don't forget to like and hit that notification button so that next time we uploaded another great tip for you guys and something that you can relate on, you will be notified straight away.
And leave us a comment down below. Let us know how we did today. If there was some feedback that you'd like to give us, if there's anything else that we can provide for in the future. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks for tuning in. That was Go the BAINES!
Follow our personal channels, Vince Della and Leonard Baines.
And Lily's tea.
Peace out.